This morning I'm going to play a quick 9 holes on my Optishot golf simulator. It's not exactly the TrackMan, but it's something that I use, especially in the wintertime, to keep my bones loose. A little bit of exercise, a little bit of something after my morning breakfast. When I play the Optishot, I basically use these clubs. I've got my putter. I've got a wedge, something with a wedge kind of shaft length. I use a 6-iron. I have a 2-iron, and finally an old school driver that I use. So basically, with these clubs, they represent everything through the bag. 3-wood, 4-wood, long clubs, long irons, 6-iron and mid-iron, a wedge, and then finally the putter. I find that's all I really need when I'm doing the Optishot. Alright, so this is the environment that I use when I'm using the Optishot. As you can see, it's kind of a small area. It's my living room. I kind of chopped it in half one time to create an office space over there. So I got a table over here, my big screen over there, coffee table here. But this is the Optishot pad that you swing over when you're playing Optishot. I've got my driver in my hand, so you can kind of see how this fits into this small space. So you don't need a lot of space to do this. So put her down there. Check my backswing. Plenty of room on top. Plenty of room going through. No problem with the ceiling fan. And then I play the game. The technology of the Optishot is pretty simple. They've got 2 rows of sensors that they use. They've got a back row of sensors and they have a front row of sensors. Where your ball would be placed is in between the sensors. I like to play the Optishot with no ball. Obviously, I'm playing in my small living room here. But you can use a foam ball or you can use a real golf ball with this Optishot. It's a very robust pad. You'll have a hard time destroying this baby. But anyway, how it works is your club, when you take it back, you pass the back sensors and it starts a timer. And then when your club comes back down and hits the back sensor, it says, okay, that was your backswing time. It uses that to calculate tempo. So the way it calculates your club head speed is it's the time it takes for your club to pass from the back sensors to the front sensors over that distance. And the distance looks to be about 8 inches. So that's how Optishot calculates club head speed. And then additionally, Optishot can calculate club open face, because as your club comes past a row of sensors, you'll see it hits that sensor near the heel first, and then the sensors in the middle, and then finally the toe. And through that, the Optishot is able to display on your screen how open or how closed your face was as it came through the hitting area. Then additionally, the Optishot can tell you your club path as it's coming through. So if your club is hitting the upper sensors there, and then comes through and hits the lower sensors on the front, you had an outside to in swing path. All right, and then you have the opposite. If your club head comes through and hits these bottom sensors on the back, and then the top sensors on the way through, you've had an inside to out swing. And then, of course, the perfect on-target swing is one that comes through straight. And the Optishot shows that. All right, the setup for the Optishot is pretty simple. You've got the pad down on the floor, and the pad has a USB wire. That USB wire comes over, and I plug it into my laptop computer over here. And then my television set, I use that as I play the game. It's connected through an HMI cable into my laptop, so that my laptop has the application, and my TV shows me the screen. So as I play these 9 holes, I'm going to film my laptop because it looks best that way. Alright, so I'm going to select play. Play a game. I'm going to choose golf course. the Monterey Classic, which happens to be Pebble Beach. I've already got my settings and options all set. I'll be playing from the red tees, probably no wind, no rough. Pretty about the easiest conditions you can get. Alright, so this first shot's going to be driver. They give you a preview of the hole. This can be shut off if you want, once you're familiar with the particular golf course. It looks like the pin is in the back today. Got a good up and down for a par. All the settings in this game are kind of set for my skill ability. So my driver only goes about 220 yards. Pitching wedge only goes about 100 yards. So all my clubs are set like that. So again, we got a preview here, kind of a flattish hole. Pin in front on this one, bunkers right and left. Right, it's automatically selected the driver for me. I've got about 129, so I'm going to go ahead and use a mid-iron. It selected the 7-iron for me, so I'm probably going to have to use a pretty good swing. Maybe too much swing. The bunkers aren't really difficult. It's just a matter of getting the right amount of power to hit the ball a particular distance. Well, that wasn't enough. Try that again. The putting greens have a grid. There's little balls on it to indicate how far or which way the slope is sloping. Just missed that one. You can see that was an outside to in putt by the path the Optishot shows. Looks like this hole needs maybe a little draw shot, so I'll try to hit a little draw using a in-to-out swing plane and a closed face. bogey there. This hole's 208 yards. It's a par 4, oceanside. Again, I'm playing from the red tees. I'm not stressing myself out here. Try to keep this away from the ocean. Short little chip shot, 21 feet. Easy par on that one. Oh, look at that, easy birdie on that one. All right, the 6th hole, ocean on the right. Or no, wait, this is the short par 3, 7th. Is it the 7th? No, it's the 5th hole, par 3. And if you've watched the video, this is the redesigned by Jack Nicklaus 5th hole. Now on the Optishot pad, instead of doing the alignment and everything, I can simply swing in to out to compensate for that right to left break on that putt. So you see the path on that one is quite in to out. So I did that intentionally just to aim the ball out to the right for convenience. Here we are oceanside, the famous number 6 hole with the cliff on the right. I think this is a par 5. I remember Tiger Woods hitting a 6-iron from down below the cliff onto the green. Like I said, I've got this thing set on easy everything, so the rough is playing easy. You can set the rough to different levels, like moderate and demanding, and when it's on demanding or moderate, you just basically need to use more club or swing harder. But because I've got it set on easy, everything's playing like fairway. Alright, so through 6 it looks like I've got it back to even par. Again, I'm playing from the really short tees. So here I've got 88 yards, pitching wedge for a short iron. Pin's in front, so I'm going to make sure I hit it a little bit further. Now there's elevation on this hole. The Optishot takes that into consideration. You can turn the wind on if you want. That makes for challenging situations. You can go from a nice calm day to what I have set here to really breezy kind of British Open conditions. Give yourself a challenge there. So I got a little right to lefter here, so I'm going to use a little inside out swing path. And looks like that didn't work out. Go ahead and tap that in. All right, the famous 8th hole with the big chasm on the right, and the ocean, of course. Uh-oh, looks like I forgot I was playing from the red tees. And I just went and I hit it out of bounds. Oh boy. I guess I'm back on the tee. I better aim to the left. Kid's toy keeps turning on. All right, try that again with a little less power. Stay in bounds. It looks like I left myself a 3-wood to this green, 185 yards. So for the 3-wood, I just use my driver. Turn that into a bad score, 7. That's going to ruin my card. And then finally the 9th hole here. Not too terrifying on my television. I've never been there, but I hear this hole is kind of a terrifying thing, especially from where the professionals play it from. All right, 8-footer. Birdie, got one back. All right, so that's 9 holes on the Optishot, and it took me just about 10 minutes to do it. So if I did all 18 holes, I'd be looking at 20 minutes worth of exercise here. Not only that, but it exercises my brain. I love playing it in the wintertime. And in the summertime, when it's scalding hot here in southern Indiana, it's also a good thing. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Take a look into the Optishot if you're interested. Like I said, it's not TrackMan. But what it does do at a $300 price point is quite a lot. And I love my Optishot. I'm going to make a few more videos where I go into how to set the Optishot up so that it represents me as a golfer, and some quirks about the system that will help you with some frustration with the Optishot should you decide to, get into it.